When you open your eyes in the morning, the first thing you think is, can I sleep a little more? Even though you went to bed on time. The light coming through the curtains, the sound of birds, everything feels like a normal morning. But that strange heaviness inside you, well, that's something you've gotten more familiar with every day. And maybe it's become something you now consider normal. You get up, go to the bathroom, and wash your face. But instead of feeling refreshed, when you look in the mirror, those sleepy eyes are still staring back at you. Maybe that's why you immediately reach for coffee. You try to wake up with a cup full of caffeine. Then you head to the kitchen table. It's breakfast time. But here's a little secret. While sitting at this table, you don't even realize you're setting a trap for your body. Every day, you put the same things in front of you. A slice of bread, maybe whole wheat, because it's healthy. A spoonful of jam, but the sugar-free kind, because you're careful. Some cornflakes or oats, but with milk, because that's what they say on TV. Or fruit yogurt, the low-fat, low-sugar labeled ones. All of these seem like the right choices, right? But then, before 10 a.m., your body starts sending alarms. Your joints ache. Your eyelids get heavy. Your concentration drops. Sometimes you even feel heart palpitations. And you're still wondering, is this just because of my age? No, this isn't old age. This is a signal. And most likely, the problem lies hidden in these secret fatigue agents you put on your table every morning. Now I invite you to think like this. When you were in your 30s, you somehow got through the day with your breakfasts. Your body tolerated it with the energy of youth. But after 60, things change. Every bite starts making a bigger difference. Because your body isn't a sponge anymore. It doesn't absorb everything. It doesn't process everything. And every wrong choice comes back to you as double the tiredness. This video will reveal what's really going on behind your morning routine. We'll talk about how those breakfast choices you think are innocent spike your blood sugar, why your energy crashes so fast afterward, and how this turns into a vicious cycle. And most importantly, you'll learn how to break this cycle. Without drugs, without drowning in diet lists. Just small but right changes. Because this tiredness isn't your fate. And everything you say can't change after this age is actually where the change is about to begin. Today, you can change not only your breakfast, but also your aging speed. But first, you need to recognize the enemies at that breakfast table. And we're starting with the first enemy. Foods that hide sugar. From jam to yogurt, those light products that secretly keep you awake even at night. We're going to look at them together now. When you look at what's written on the package, you feel relieved, sugar-free, light, low-calorie, gluten-free. The labels give you confidence, right? But here's what you need to know. Labels are for marketers. The real facts are hidden inside your body. Now, let's meet one of the most dangerous enemies waiting for you at the breakfast table every morning. Hidden sugar. This sugar isn't measured by the spoon. You can't see it with your eyes. But your body immediately senses it. Especially after age 60. Because as you get older, your body's insulin response slows down. Your blood sugar rises more easily and balances out more slowly. And this is why your morning energy suddenly crashes. But here's the real trap. You think the sugar is in the jam. But it's hidden in your yogurt. It's tucked inside your cornflakes. Even in the almond milk you bought labeled sugar-free. It's there in some form. Fructose, maltodextrin, glucose syrup, natural sweeteners, under different names. So while you're trying to have a healthy breakfast, with good intentions, your body is actually getting bombarded with sugar in the early hours of the morning. So what happens next? Your blood sugar shoots up all at once. You feel energetic for a moment. That feeling of, I've started my day. But this energy isn't real, it's borrowed energy. Insulin kicks in. Your pancreas works overtime to balance the rising sugar. Insulin levels rise, and your energy drops. Suddenly, fatigue hits. Your brain sends a rest signal. You start yawning without even realizing it. That's when you reach for your second cup of coffee. And the cycle starts all over again. But the real damage isn't just from these ups and downs. When these ups and downs happen every day, your body's energy production systems start to break down. And that's why most people can't answer the question, why am I always tired? Why is the aging body so sensitive? When you were young, sugar swings could be tolerated. Your liver, pancreas, muscles, they all worked more efficiently. But as you age, muscle mass decreases, cells slow down, and using glucose hormonal imbalances, increased sleep quality drops, and most importantly, blood sugar swings become more harmful So those breakfasts you start with just a little sweet in the morning slowly sabotage your whole day. And you might have been doing this for years. Now stop and think. Do you eat cornflakes every morning? Do you have fruit yogurt? Is packaged granola or fit biscuits your coffee companion? They all might contain hidden sugar. And this sugar in an aging body can cause not just energy crashes. It can lead to brain fog, sleep problems, mood swings, and even reflex weaknesses that increase the risk of falling. Because it's not just blood sugar, balance, focus, reflexes, all get affected by this system. But don't worry, the solution isn't complicated. In fact, many foods can easily replace these harmful sugars. And soon, we'll look at those foods and an example breakfast menu together. But first, let's move to the second most dangerous breakfast mistake: bread. But not just any bread. Some are like thieves wearing a health mask. Imagine a plate of breakfast. Next to it, a freshly toasted slice of bread steaming hot. Crispy on the outside, soft as a cloud inside. Maybe with a little butter spread on it, maybe a bit of cheese on top. You think everything is natural and harmless. But now, I'm going to say something real. Read carefully. Some breads are no different than sugary cakes. Yes, especially for an aging body. That soft slice of bread can break down in your body as fast as a chocolate wafer. And the result is the same again: blood sugar spikes, energy bursts, then crashes. So why are some breads so dangerous? The answer: processed carbohydrates. Today, most breads sold on store shelves carry labels like whole wheat or multi-grain. But in reality, these labels are just the shell. When you look inside, you find refined flour, starch additives, glucose syrup, coloring, malt extracts, softening chemicals, and most importantly, these breads don't contain fiber. Without fiber, carbohydrates turn directly into sugar. This causes your blood sugar to rise quickly and then drop fast. What's the effect on an aging body? Blood sugar fluctuations, loss of balance, irritability, brain fog, weak memory, risk of insulin resistance. Over time leads to diabetes, weak energy production, weight gain, especially fat around the belly, which is a critical risk factor for heart health, lazy intestines. Fiberless diets weaken the digestive system. Constipation, bloating, absorption problems start. And imagine all this starting with a single soft slice of bread you ate at 8 in the morning. So that breakfast isn't really filling you. It's tricking you. But are all breads bad? No. Some breads actually support the body, but they taste a bit stronger. Their color is darker. They have a filling feeling as you chew. They contain whole grain flour fibers, flours like rye, barley, buckwheat, sourdough, no additives at all. These kinds of bread slow digestion, keep blood sugar stable, help the intestines work, and most importantly, keep you full for a long time. So if you feel irritable with hunger in the morning, chances are the problem is the quality of the bread you're eating. So how do you know good bread? Read the label. The first ingredient should be whole wheat flour or rye flour, not wheat flour. Don't be fooled by color. Not every dark bread is healthy. It might be colored with caramel dye. Check the fiber amount. It should have at least 3 to 4 grams of fiber per slice. Watch the softness. Bread that stays soft for days means it's lost its naturalness. Real bread goes stale. Now ask yourself this question. The first bite you put in your mouth every morning at breakfast, is it supporting you or pulling you down without you realizing? At this age, every bite matters. And the breakfast mistake you make determines your energy for the whole day. But the good news is, from now on, you get to decide what you eat. And soon, I'll give you an example breakfast menu free from sugar and bad flour. But before that, there's another culprit waiting. Breakfast drinks. Tea or coffee, juice or herbal tea. Which one boosts your energy and which one slowly dries you out? For many of us, the morning ritual starts with a drink. For some, it's a cup of coffee. For others, it's hot water with a drop of lemon to help digestion. Some reach for orange juice to get energy. But very few ask this question: what does this drink do for a body my age? That's exactly the question we're going to answer today. Because drinks at breakfast are just as important as what you eat. Sometimes even more so. Because drinks digest quickly, and their effects happen faster. Coffee. Is it as innocent as you think? Coffee itself isn't harmful. In fact, black filter coffee is rich in antioxidants. But as you get older, your body's reaction to coffee changes. Coffee raises cortisol levels. This stress hormone might help you stay awake short-term, but long-term it can cause fatigue and blood pressure issues. It increases stomach acid. Especially if you drink it on an empty stomach, it can cause reflux, gastritis, and heartburn. Added powdered milk, sugar, or sweeteners can cancel out all its benefits. If after your morning coffee you feel palpitations, dizziness, or slight restlessness, it means your body no longer tolerates it like before. What should you do? If you want to drink coffee, don't drink it on an empty stomach. Have it after breakfast, no sugar, no milk if possible, limit to 1 cup tea. Not as soothing as you think, tea, especially black tea, is an inseparable part of breakfast in many cultures. But as you age, tea also shows some hidden effects. It reduces iron absorption. With age, anemia risk increases, and tannins in tea block iron absorption from the foods you eat. So if you eat olives or cheese with your tea, its benefits might be wasted. Excessive consumption can lead to fluid loss. Drinking more than 4 to 5 cups a day has a mild diuretic effect, which slowly dries out your body. What should you do? Drink tea light and with lemon to improve absorption a bit. Don't drink it during breakfast, but afterward limit to 2 to 3 cups a day. Fruit juices, vitamin bomb or sugar bomb. Let's talk about orange juice drinkers. You might think, I want vitamin C. But in reality, fruit juices, especially the packaged ones, are like 5 to 6 cubes of sugar in a glass. Even freshly squeezed orange juice at home has 2 to 3 oranges in one serving, causing you to get an overdose of natural fructose. Raises blood sugar, quickly increases insulin response, reduces feeling of fullness, triggers fatigue shortly after. Alternative. Eating fresh whole fruit is much healthier than juicing. If you want to drink, vegetable fruit detox mixes are more balanced options. Herbal teas. Each has its own effect. Don't underestimate herbal teas as you age. But remember, not every tea suits everybody. Fennel, chamomile. Good for digestion. Ginger, anti-inflammatory, but those with blood pressure issues should be careful. Green tea, full of antioxidants, but too much can cause palpitations. Rosehip, rich in vitamin C, but excessive consumption can tire the stomach. My advice: start each morning with 1 cup of herbal tea. But don't drink the same tea every day. Rotate them. And always drink sugar-free. So, what's the ideal breakfast drink? Warm lemon water. Perfect for liver and digestion. 1 cup plain kefir. Strengthens gut flora. Coconut water, unsweetened, provides potassium support. Warm water with cinnamon helps balance blood sugar. In conclusion, what you drink in the morning isn't just a habit. It either supports your cells or leaves them dehydrated. At this age, even a cup of tea affects your health. And these small changes can completely change your energy levels within weeks. We've talked about what's wrong. Now you know why those packaged yogurts you thought were healthy, the soft breads and fruit juices that hide sugar, have been slowly wearing you down over the years. But here's where the real question starts. Because now you're asking, so what should I eat for breakfast? Because it's not just about staying full. The goal is a clear mind, all-day energy, and supporting the systems that slow down as you age. And that's possible, but not just by eating eggs. Now I'll explain which energy foods are truly good for a body over 60. Some you know, but you don't fully realize their potential. Some might be things you've turned your nose up at, thinking they're trendy. Eggs. Biological gold, yes. It's classic, but still top-notch. Eggs are the highest quality protein you can get. Easy to digest, prevents muscle loss, keeps you full for a long time, contains B12 and vitamin D, but be careful. Boil your eggs. Frying, especially in hot oil, can destroy these benefits. And 1 egg in the morning is enough. More might strain your liver. Avocado. The quiet superfood avocado might not be part of our classic breakfast culture. But with its healthy fats, potassium, and fiber, it protects heart health, balances blood sugar, provides long-lasting energy, supports memory. How to eat it? Mash it and spread on a slice of whole grain bread. Add a little lemon, maybe a pinch of turmeric. This isn't medicine, it's breakfast. Oats. Real fullness, but here's a critical difference. Not the packaged, flavored oats. Real, plain, unprocessed oats. Oats contain a special fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber slows digestion, keeps blood sugar stable, lowers cholesterol, and keeps you full all day. How to eat? Cook with plant-based milk or water, not dairy milk. Add cinnamon, some walnuts, and a few blueberries for perfection. Olives and olive oil. Brain and heart friends, olives are rich in vitamin E and good fats. But the key is what you eat them with. Unprocessed, lightly salted olives, cold-pressed olive oil, a little low-salt cheese on the side, and plenty of fresh greens. This combo protects your heart and supports digestion. Fermented foods, the silent heroes of your gut: kefir, real yogurt, homemade pickles. They're essential not only for digestion, but for immunity. Because when your gut flora weakens, you get fatigue, mood swings, sleep problems. Drinking a glass of kefir first thing on an empty stomach supports your digestive system all day. But avoid the sweetened kefirs sold in stores. Sample breakfast combo: 1 boiled egg, 1 slice whole grain rye bread, mashed avocado with lemon on top, some lightly salted olives and cottage cheese, a small bowl of plain kefir, a handful of walnuts or almonds, herbal tea, fennel or chamomile. This isn't a diet list. It's an investment in the quality of your day. And just stick to this routine for 1 week. That endless morning tiredness, that energy slump you try to hide with coffee, will slowly fade. But it's not over yet, because some still feel weak even though they do everything right. The reason isn't just on the plate, it's in the mood at the table. In the last part, we'll talk about how to get energy not just from food, but from life. You've changed your breakfast. You cut out sugar, dropped processed carbs, olives, eggs, oats, kefir. Everything's as it should be. But something's missing. You still feel weak midday. Sometimes even after eating, that restless feeling stays. And your sleep is still broken at night. So where's the problem? Maybe it's time to ask a different question. Am I only feeding my body or starving my soul too? Because energy doesn't come just from the plate. Yes, food is very important, but its effect isn't separate from the mood you live in. When you have your breakfast, are you reading the newspaper, seeing bad news on social media, eating quietly, or rushing through it? Is there still some weight from the past inside you? Remember, the digestive system isn't just your stomach. Your brain talks directly to your gut. When your mind is stressed, even the healthiest food you eat can't be fully digested. Create rituals, not routines. See your breakfast not as a task, but as a pause. Put your phone aside. Start with a warm drink. Chew slowly. Play some music. Look out the window. Because your body is nourished not just by protein, but by calm, peace, not habit, but awareness. And also ask yourself, why did I wake up this morning? Yes, you're eating breakfast. But why? Just to get through the day? Or because you still have things to do, things to live, things to learn? Feeling energetic after 65 is not a miracle, but living consciously is a choice. And that choice starts at breakfast. But it continues after you leave the table. Going into the daylight, taking a light walk, 15 minutes of silence, breath awareness, sending a good morning message to loved ones, thanking yourself, because life can still be on your side, as long as you cooperate with it. Morning tiredness isn't fate. It's just a message. Your body is saying, it's time to change things. And if you're watching this video, you're already in that change. What did we talk about today? Breakfast mistakes that steal energy: hidden sugars, processed flours, harmful drinks, real energy foods, and finally, nutrition isn't just about the stomach. It's about mind and heart too. Now it's your turn. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't go on autopilot. Ask yourself, what's on my plate? What do I feel? When you find the answer, you'll feel that lightness all day long. Not just in your stomach, but in your heart too. If this info shed some light for you, subscribe to our channel. Because this isn't just a video, it's a new beginning for you. And we'll be here with info to make every morning better.